Yeah, that we had our misunderstanding and whatever you want to call it. I had ran into him and him and P Diddy in Las Vegas a few months later, and we chopped it up and flicked it up. It was at the Tyson fight, 95, I believe. Yeah, it was 95. It was at the Tyson fight and whatnot, and we took flick. You can find a picture on the internet. It's a trip because we all had Coogee outfits. And then I had my little hat, like, you know what I'm saying? That was our look, Kangos, and you know what I'm saying? It's like, it was a trip. So that's that. And, he shouted me out on this, in the inside of Life After Death album, because back then it was Shoutouts, and started to cover you, but, shout out to this man, shout out to this, and, like that. So it was all gravity. Man, dude, I wish him and Pac was alive, man. I just think that, I always say it, hip-hop would be more live. It'd be a fool if they was alive. Just imagine that. They'd be, 50 years old, but I'm certain they'd still be gassing. You know what I'm saying? The two projects made a big impact. Like, he's a GOAT. You know what I'm saying? He's a GOAT. He's a GOAT. Pac a GOAT. Like, there's so many of them. You know what I'm saying? And I think right nowadays when you speak of the, top five, this, that, and the third, I think that it should go by coast or regions or whatever, because there's too many. It's like everybody is not everybody, but a lot. There's a lot of goats out there. And I must say this, shout out to a person, because I'm a real one, bro. I watched the whole hip hop. I watched everything. I watched every motherfucking thing, because I've been around for many moons. I'm a half a century years old. I'm an old ass youngster. You know what I'm saying? So basically, LL Cool J, just know he's a GOAT too. And he was the first one to ever say the word GOAT, the greatest of all time. People forgot he had an album called that. You know what I'm saying? Either was it an album, Dave, or was it a song? I know it was a song for sure. I thought it was an album. It was an album called GOAT. And I remember this. GOAT. Greatest of all time, bro. LL Cool J. That's where all that shit come from, man. Period. That's it. Shout out to LL Cool J. E-40 said it. Pac had his work ethic. That's all he did was stay in the studio. I'm telling you, the man used to make between 7 and 9 songs a day. I'm talking about full-fledged songs, not like, a verse here, a verse there. He would go in there and finish the motherfucking whole song up. But one thing about Pac, he made so much impact because it was like his music was so heartfelt. Like, it was like females felt it and the men, and it was from the soul. You could hear the authority in his voice and what he meant, what he stood for. And you can see it if you look at all his interviews, you could tell that man spoke from the heart, and he was very intelligent. Very, very intelligent. You know what I mean? Extremely. And his story is amazing. You know what I mean? So that's why he was able to, have his music, even after he passed. You remember, it was so many songs he had in the vault. Like, it was so many, and it lasted for years and years and years and years. Like, brand new songs no one heard. You know what I mean? Like, I did a song called Some Things That Never Change. Me and Bo Rock of the LBC, produced by Mike Mosley, and it was called Things That Never Change. And Pac, I had that song on the trailer at my Practice Looking Hard video shoot when he was there with us in Calabasas, and I didn't even play it because he was playing his music. But then even after he played his music, he didn't play all his music because I had little young hyenas and shit that's on my label and shit. I let them get to the tape record, the tape box. I mean the SUV, not the SUV, the trailer audio system. Let them get to that and play their songs, because it's like, damn if you do, damn if you don't. If you don't let the great Pac hear their music while they trying to, man, hear this Pac, then you hate. You don't want to see motherfuckers blossom. And if you do, you miss it. And if you do let them do it, then you ain't gonna let him be able to hear your shit that you got. So I was never able to let him hear Things That Never Change, not knowing that, when he passed, because he passed in 96, you know what I'm saying? A few months later, he passed. Next thing you know, we hear this song that come out called Changes. by Bruce Hornsby, had to be cleared by Bruce Hornsby, just like I had to get mine cleared by Bruce Hornsby. That was on my album, The Hall of Game, which came out late '96. You feel what I'm saying? So his came out and it was Changes, and it was a trip. Me or him didn't even know we had a song called Changes at the same time. We didn't even know. It was already recorded. His was recorded and mine was recorded. Hello.